Hello, and welcome to True 100% Plus episode 37. Woo! It's time to do the rYdER mission. Go see rYdER, he lives down the street. But in true 100% plus fashion, in true 100% plus fashion, I guess I should say, we're not going to do the main objective immediately. I'm going to do a load of pointless side crap first. So here, what I'm trying to do is get these cars out of my garage. So I collected these cars ages ago. None of them are very unique. I mean, the Sand King is like a set spawn. The Cheetah is just a regular road car. And I mean, the tow truck is useful for collecting vehicles, I guess, but kind of pointless to store. So yeah, I'm gonna empty this garage space now because I have lots of vehicles to collect during this. Not this specifically, but in future episodes and stuff. Anyway, instead of just taking the cars out of the garage and destroying them, I thought I'd be charitable and donate them to some friendly homies that are standing around. I have hiccups for some reason. That's going to ruin this commentary. Never mind, I'll keep going. I'll fight through the hiccups. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm trying to use the Life's a Beach skip method to, like, give them the car. So what I'm trying to do is get the homie into the car without having me in it, and then, like, disbanding the gang. And then that normally makes it so the homie then takes control of the car. Here you go, there you go. So I open the door, he opens the door, but then I walk away, then I disband the gang, and then he's sat in the car without a gang. So then he's like, oh, this car's mine now, and then he gets out, gets back in, and drives it away, all willy-nilly and happy and stuff. There you go. Yeah, so that's what you do in Life's a Beach and speedruns. It's way easier there, though, because the door's locked, which is why you're doing it. So you just stand there and spam F. But here I have to actually time stuff right and stuff. It takes me a while at the start here, but I think by the time I get to the Cheetah, I do it pretty quickly. Alright, anyway, here's the tow truck. Like I said, it was mostly pointless. Did I even use it for anything? I'm trying to remember if I did or not. I don't think I ever used this tow truck for anything. I think I remember the episode I put it in there, a load of people were telling me it was pointless to store it and I shouldn't and stuff. But yeah, I guess they were right. Oh yeah, here's this homie. For some reason, this guy just doesn't want to drive the car. Look, he gets in, sits in it, gets out, and then runs away screaming. It's like, he's terrified of driving, or doesn't have a driving license or something. It's so weird. I try him again, but he doesn't take it again. I have to try a different homie in the end. I have no idea what his problem is. Yeah, weird. Anyway, I'm recording this shortly before I leave for ESA. Again, like every time I talk about these episodes, I'm like, oh, ESA is happening soon. But yeah, in about 16 hours from now, something like that, I'm getting on a train and leaving for ESA. If you haven't heard of ESA, it's a European Speedrunner Assembly. I almost said Space Agency then. And it's basically just a European speedrunning marathon, kind of like GDQ, but infinitely better because it's more low key and I'm in it. That was a joke. Don't take it seriously. And I'm not actually running anything this year, but what I am doing is probably hosting and commentating a lot of runs. So that'll be nice. I prefer not running things at these things anyway because it's way more relaxed and stuff. But yeah, I'm leaving for that soon. I think by the time you actually hear this episode, ESA will probably be mostly over, so I'm not going to bother shilling for it too hard. But yeah, you can watch the VODs or something, I guess. Anyway, if you notice there, when I took the photo, the door still wiggled. So, like, the way they're freezing time is flawed. It doesn't actually stop, like, physics from happening, which I thought was quite funny. Come on, dude. So there's a few of that in this episode where stuff keeps moving after I take a photo of it. It's pretty funny. Anyway, here's the final Cheetah. Just giving it to this homie. He really doesn't want to get in the car for some reason. Oh yeah, also, a big thing I should be talking about. I have a phone call and it's ringing. This is the first time I've had a phone call this whole playthrough. And if you guys know anything about speedruns... Why did I get in the car? That was kind of weird. If you guys know anything about speedruns, you'll know that the phone call is super important. So I'll be using that for some glitches later, so I'll be able to show you that. Oh no, he just gets in the car anyway. Oh, there you go. See, I don't actually remember recording this. This is a while ago. But yeah, apparently you could just get in the car and then do it and then get out, whatever. But anyway, another happy donation receiver, I guess, not customer. I don't know, whatever. He's happy. Anyway, that's the garage emptied of vehicles. I thought I would try to find a somewhat fun way of doing it, and, you know, that was somewhat fun, I guess. Anyway, time to start Ryder.
Hey man, what you want?
Seeing my homie. What's up with you?
Yeah, homie. Yeah, it's good to see you back.
No homie love? No hug?
Oh, for sure, my nigga. My bad. What's cracking with you?
Hey, man, what you strapped for?
Man, some pizza place keeps paying over our hit up, man. Shit is beautiful. Teach the owner a lesson. The fucking Grove Street. You down?
I'm always down.
Yeah. Let's go, bitch. Hey.
Okay, so here we go. First order of business is to steal Ryder's car. So yeah, this episode I'm going to get unique vehicles, and then I'm going to get all the failure states, which has a somewhat interesting story I can talk about when we get to that. But anyway, here's Ryder's picador. You can't see it because I'm perfectly blocking the license plate with CJ's body, but it says Sherm on the front of it, so that's somewhat unique, I guess. Anyway, eventually Ryder dies. You can see it in a second when I take a picture of it. But yeah, this is Ryder's lovely brown picador. It's a wonderful colour. Let's see, it says Sherm on the license plate on the front of it. I think this is the first unique license plate. Maybe some of the girlfriends had a unique license plate, actually. I have no idea if it stays or not. I only just thought of it while recording this now, so I kind of forgot about the license plates. But there you are. Lovely picador with all of its doors open. Now, some of you may know that there's actually two versions of this picador you can get. That one is the one with 2 planks of wood in the back, but this one doesn't have 2 planks of wood in the back. Whoa! Dun dun dun! This time I snipe Ryder. Interesting. I can't remember how I do any of this. But yeah, this one has no planks of wood in the back. What it does have, in my opinion, is mildly cooler. So I should look at it in a second. This version of the Ryder's picador, does it also say Sherm on the front? It does, lovely, look at that. This version of Ryder's picador has... wait to reveal... it has cans in the back, look at that. Whoa, they're like not circular at all. Oh yeah, also this cop comes up to me and annoys me, and I take a hilarious picture of him. So yeah, just like the picador situation. Was it picador? Whatever car it was last time, just like the previous... no, what? I can't remember what the car was called. Perennial. That's it. Was it Perennial? Where's my notes? Yeah, Perennial. Yeah, just like the Perennial from last episode. This one we get 2 variations. So what one would you prefer? The one with 2 planks of wood in it, or the one with like 5 cans of something in the back of it? Let me know in the comments. Whoa! Oh dear. Anyway... that's all the unique vehicles for this mission. There aren't any other vehicles in this mission. Now let's move on to failure states. So the first failure state for this mission, a few of you who watch my speedruns are probably very, very familiar with. It's the good old blowing up Ryder's car that I do at the start of every run. If only we knew why. If only we knew why. I guess we'll never know why. Oh well, never mind. That was the first one. Anyway, that's the first failure state. Is killing Ryder, which I already did earlier, and or blowing up Ryder's car. Those are the two failure states at the start. Now, there's two other failure states. One of them is spooking the shopkeeper, which refers to both the Barber, rYdEr'S, and the shopkeeper in the pizza place. And also refers... and there's also a failure state for killing the shopkeeper. Now, as you may have noticed, I shot the shopkeeper, and it says you freaked out the shopkeeper. Now, I had a ton of problems trying to get the you killed the shopkeeper failure state. It seems like no matter what I do, it always results in freaking out the shopkeeper instead of killing him. I know killing him is a thing because it's in the subtitle file for the game. It may not be coded though, maybe they removed it or something, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't find a way of killing him without freaking him out. I was tweeting about it at the time, and I can't quite remember all the things I tried, but I tried backstabbing him, I tried, like, getting other people to punch him, I tried setting up a fire, and all this other stuff. But the long and short of it is I couldn't find a way to do it. One person suggested to me a method of getting, saying a negative response to a ped, making them angry, making them punch them, but I haven't actually tried that. That's the only thing I haven't tried, because they tweeted it at me really late, and I have to kind of get this video out before I go to ESA, funnily enough. But other than that, everything someone suggested to me just doesn't work, like loads of things. Oh well, if you want to find out a way... Oh yeah, there's this bug with the Barber menu. And don't worry, I'll get to the whole barber shop thing. We do that towards the end. Anyway, yeah, if you want to try to find a way to kill the shopkeeper without freaking him out, please do. Go read my Twitter. I'll leave a link to it in the description. And see if you can find a way that I haven't listed.
Shit, I told you he was crazy. Man, you jacked up. Man, what's this? Shit look ridiculous. No respect for the hood. All clean as shit. You looking too skinny, CJ. I want to get us something to eat. I'm gonna finish this, then I'm gonna take care of business.
I keep having to edit my voiceover because I forget that there's cutscenes I need to not talk over. Anyway, this is just a tutorial for eating. You know, you can talk over this. But yeah, that's one of the two cutscenes you can get there. That's the cutscene that you get if Ryder doesn't like your haircut. There's another one where Ryder does like your haircut and he says good things about rYdEr'S and stuff instead. Anyway, here's the pizza place. I'm just gonna aggro the few peds to freak out the shopkeeper. There you are. So yeah, it seems like these shopkeepers use the same, like, trigger as the other shopkeeper for failing the mission. Because just like rYdEr'S, no matter what I do, I can't seem to kill these guys without freaking them out. It just says I freak them out when they die and stuff. So yeah, again, if you want to find a way to do it, please let me know and tweet at me and stuff. Yeah. Speaking of Twitter, I don't mean to just sit here and shill my Twitter, but if you ever want to know what the current status on True 100% Plus is, just read my Twitter. Or if you don't want to use Twitter, go on my Discord channel and there's a room where a bot just posts every single one of my tweets. The reason I tell people to just read my Twitter for True 100% Plus updates is because I like to tweet stuff about True 100% Plus updates. Like today, for example, or was it yesterday? I don't remember. I think it was yesterday. I tweeted a funny glitch I got while I was recording True 100% Plus. I got like CJ's... It's this really weird glitch that happens sometimes when you alt-tab in interiors, but CJ's torso texture was just applied as an image to the camera and you can't see anything else except the mirror I'm in front of. It was really weird. If you want to see that, again, go on my Twitter. I'm chilling with my Twitter or whatever, but honestly, it's such a useful tool to communicate things with lots of people, so... Rather than, like, if you ask me directly what's happening with True 100% Plus, my policy right now is to just never respond to people who ask. Because if I just keep answering everyone individually, then I'm just doing it forever and it just never ends. And it's pretty much a meme at this point. It's kind of like asking people why I blow up Ryder's car. So the information is out there. You just unfortunately have to seek it out yourself. But I mean, you know, I post good stuff to Twitter. Come on, guys. Anyway, then a loud car went past outside and ruined my recordings. I had windows open because it's summer and stuff. Anyway, I should probably be talking about what's happening on the stream instead of chilling my Twitter. But basically, here I was just showing that there's no failure state for abandoning Ryder. You get out of the car, Ryder shouts at you, and it says get back in Ryder's car. But just like the previous mission, there's no check to see how far away you go or how long you abandon him or whatever. It's fine. This is the major difference between these older games and like GTA 5, for example, which is what makes it more interesting and open and stuff. Because in GTA 5, if you tried to do this, you'd fail the mission immediately. But thankfully here you don't, which is nice. So yeah, no failure state for abandoning them. Oh, look, it's the glitched spawn. Those spawns, those spooky spawns, I like to call them, are when cars spawn on hills or inclines or whatever, and they like roll down. It's most notable in Badlands, where sometimes like an empty car just rolls past you because it spawned on a hill, and it's like really spooky. Hence the name Spooky Spawns.
So when you running off again?
People made like rumors and stuff that it was ghosts or Bigfoot or whatever, but nope, just Rockstar incompetence, you know, the usual. Right, while I go back to Reese's Barber and stuff, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show that there's no failure state for, like, you know, doing anything to Ryder after getting your haircut and stuff. While this happens, I have a few things from last episode that I should probably catch up and talk about. So a few people last episode suggested that I should try pushing the guys on the bikes into water and or a garage. Pushing them into water just kills them and unloads the bikes. You know, like what happens when I killed them normally. And pushing them into the garage does the same thing as the voodoo before the mission is over. It's like they're still loaded in the mission script, so nothing happens. So I hope that answers those questions. Also, answering my own question from last time, also the car's locked here for those interested. Answering my own question from last time, the reason the Hydra was despawning and stuff was being put in the impound is because the mission marker has a despawn radius around it. When you start missions, when you hit checkpoints and all this other stuff in missions, there's always like some arbitrarily sized despawn radius around the markers and stuff. And for some reason, I completely forgot about it, even though I should know about it because I utilize this knowledge in speedruns to park vehicles just outside of the despawn radius and stuff like that. So I don't know why I forgot about it, but yeah, anything that gets despawned by those radiuses gets put in the impound. So that's what was happening. I was driving a car to the start of the mission, parking it really close to the marker, and then it was despawning everything in Grove Street because a cutscene happens there with Smoke's car and stuff. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So yeah, that solves that mystery. I did that. Woo, Pete, thanks for reminding me that I was an idiot, and that's what happens there. Alright, in this next section, I just show some little things with Ryder, like, teleporting into the car and stuff. There's some weirdness with it. But yeah, if you start the mission and then really quickly prevent Ryder from getting into the car, the game does some weird things. So what I do here is I kick him a whole bunch, trying to knock him over and stuff. There we go. He gets knocked over, so he doesn't have a chance to get in the car or anything. See, there you go. And then if you drive away, sometimes he teleports into the car, sometimes he doesn't. Yeah, there you go. So this time he teleported in the car. He's in the car and everything. I've never like seen that before. It's so rare for NPCs to be teleported in this game. But that's a little bit of interesting information. I don't know why they made it do that. Like, when would you ever in normal gameplay be able to do that without intentionally doing that? It's kind of weird. Anyway, here's another one where I stop Ryder from getting in the car. But this time I also stop him from teleporting into the car by driving away really quickly, so it seems like that stops him teleporting in. I don't know, it's so inconsistent and weird, so there you go. But here, if you don't have Ryder in the car, obviously he keeps talking, and the game tells you to go into the marker. but the marker doesn't do anything. You just drive right through it. The game tells you to drive into the red marker, but it doesn't do anything. Look at that. So there's some, like, inconsistency with the scripting here. Like, the game doesn't check if Ryder's in the car to make him talk. It doesn't check if Ryder's in the car to tell you to drive into the red marker. But it does check whether he's in the car when you hit the red marker. Like, what? Why? It's so strange. Anyway, it's finally time for the part of True 100% Plus that I've been fearing for a really long time. And that's phone calls and on mission 0 manipulation and all the crazy things that Alette lets you do, which is going to make routing and planning and commentary and everything so much harder, but here we go, I'm going to give it a crack. So I guess I'll try to give a primer on mission 0 or on mission flag manipulation right now. So here we go, buckle up, I'm going to have to talk really fast and explain stuff. So, there's phone calls in this game, one's going to ring right now. That phone call is doing things. You see the marker in front of me? It's not there. If I shoot to cancel the phone call, it comes back. What's happening is that there's a boolean or an on-off switch for non-programmers in the game that is determining whether I'm on a mission, air quotes, or not. So if I'm not on a mission, the game is in open world mode and it's just like normal and I can start things. There's lots of icons on the map. But you see, when the phone rings, all of the mission icons and open worldy stuff icons on the map disappear. What's happening is that when a phone call rings, it's setting on mission to 1 or true or on or whatever. So when the phone call rings, it treats you as if you're on a mission. So when you're on a mission, like if you start a mission normally, you can't start other missions, you can't do open worldy things, obviously, because that would all be bad. But what we do here is using this poorly programmed marker, you can actually do a glitch with the phone call that lets you start a mission and have a phone call at the same time. So what I did is I shot at a precise time. In Los Santos, phone calls take 20 seconds if they're important. So 20 seconds from when I shot, I'm going to stop aiming, which enters the marker. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to pause buffer to try to delay the marker starting, here we go, for as long as possible. And then the phone call rings at the same time. So what happened there is I'm now holding the button for the phone call. So I'm basically essentially holding the phone call. And I got a phone call while also starting a mission at the same time. So you can tell that I'm holding the phone call because my stats screen is stuck open. And yeah, that's the on mission 0 glitch, or on mission 0 phone call that I've got. So what's happened is that I have a phone call now. As soon as I let go of the button, I'm going to answer the phone call, but I'm on mission 0. So as you can see, the rider marker is there, even though I have a phone call. So what this lets us do is if I walk into the marker and let go of the phone call at the right time, we'll start the mission, and CJ will answer the phone call hands-free, as it's called. So I'm on a phone call right now, but I'm not holding the phone, I'm just listening to the phone call. Now what this lets you do is something really important, which is shoot, which cancels the phone call. So it's as if I was like shot when the phone call was ringing. So I never actually answered that phone call, but what's happened is because the phone call has ended, the on-mission flag has been set to 0, which lets me start the mission a second time. And this is what happens. Oh god, I got through it. Okay, that took a few cuts and edits and stuff, but I got there. So this is what allows us to do what's called duping. So what's happened is I've started the mission twice. Obviously. This has some weird effects, like when Ryder shouts at me there, he's twice as loud, because it's playing the sound twice. And also, the old Ryder and the old Ryder's car aren't actually attached to any failure states anymore. So I can kill Ryder, and the mission keeps going. And I can also destroy Ryder's car, and the mission would keep going. But if I kill this Ryder, the newest Ryder, the mission actually detects he's died, and both copies of the mission fail. But what happens is that because all the references to stuff hasn't been attached correctly or something, I don't know, it's all weird and glitchy and stuff. People that know what they're talking about are going to hate me for saying shit like that. But anyway, the blue Corona marker thing on top of the car has obviously still stayed there. It never got deleted by the game and never unloaded. This is why sometimes when you watch speedruns and stuff, there's like markers on the map that never get unloaded is because they've duped a mission and it's lost like the reference to it or whatever. And yeah, and I can block the car and the marker is still there and everything. Hi, it's post on mission 0 phone call explanation Josh here. This part of the video right now I was explaining why duping was useful for speedruns and stuff, but it was like a massive information dump, and then in a second I'm also going to explain how the glitch actually works. And when I watched it back, it's just like 5 minutes of non-stop explanation, so I thought I'd add this bit in the middle to give you a bit of a breather. Alright, anyway, here comes more explanational stuff. Anyway, how the glitch actually works is that basically both the phone call and the mission that I enter while the phone call is ringing are both editing the on-mission flag at the same time. So if you imagine the on-mission flag is like a light switch, it can either be on or off. Well, if you try to turn the lights on when they're already on, nothing happens. So what happens is I start the mission and get the phone call at the same time. So they both try to turn the lights on, which is all well and fine, nothing happens. But the important part is that I have a phone call. So the game's like, oh, you have a phone call, I turn the lights on, it's fine. What it doesn't expect is something else to turn the lights off. So you start the mission and you get the phone call at the same time, they both turn the lights on, and then you fail the mission, which turns the lights off. The phone call doesn't know this, and the phone call continues as normal, as if the lights were on. This is really, really useful because this lets you turn the lights off whenever you want. All you have to do is answer the phone call and cancel it, and the lights will turn back off. So you can start the mission, and then you can answer the phone call and cancel it, and the lights turn back off, and then you can start missions and do all open worldy stuff again. So basically it's essentially as if I'm not on a mission. So I can like go inside my house, and then the save thing's there. So I can just save like normal. Except if you load the save, your game will crash. So don't do that. I put it in the downloads and uploads folder like normal. But yeah, probably shouldn't load that save. Also, the phone call continues to ring while on the mission because, you know, you're not on a mission as far as the game knows. So it's like, oh, it's time to give them phone calls because he's in the open world bit, right? So, whew, right, okay, well, that's enough of a crazy informational dump. Yeah, let's continue. So I can show you weird stuff that happens if you do this. So here, you can see I'm getting the phone call because I'm not on a mission. If I cancel the phone call, so I'm not on a mission again, walk into the walk into the Barber's, get a haircut, blah blah blah, and yeah, again, I'm gonna go for all these haircuts in a bit, don't worry. Get a haircut, walk out, something weird happens. And I'm not sure why this happens. I don't remember this happening in any other mission that you dupe in like speedruns or anything. But nothing happens. If you leave the shop while not on a mission, so on mission set to 0, the light switch is off, nothing happens. The game just doesn't register that you've like had the haircut and didn't start the cutscene. So what I have to do is I have to hold the phone call, right? So I'm holding the phone call right now, which turns the light switch on, so the lights are on, right? So I'm on a mission again. Then I get another haircut, and then I leave, and then keep holding the phone call. I'm holding the phone call this whole time. Walk out, and then the game realizes that, oh, you're doing the thing, and then, you know, continues the cutscene like normal, so that's kind of weird. Right, oh yeah, also here, I'm getting into this car so I can let go of the phone call. If you look at the mini-map, there you go, the marker appears. If you let go of the phone call while in a car, the phone call cancels, but you don't answer it. So that's just to save me answering that phone call. Because of all the uses for the phone call and stuff, I need to keep this phone call as long as possible without answering it, so I have to do lots of weird stuff. Right, so this is the last thing I want to show with the phone call. It involves cutscenes. See if you can spot what it is. But basically, there's a funny thing you can do with phone calls and cutscenes.
Give up the money. This a raid.
Ryder, not this again.
It ain't me, fool.
No one else is that small. I feel sorry for your dad.
Shit, you crazy. Let's get up out of here.
Same old CJ. Buster. Straight Buster. Oh, shit. Run.
Yeah,
There's no
if
pushover.
you answer the phone call, you regain control of CJ. So, because I'm in an interior, when I answer the call, I don't actually take the phone call. It just cancels. But even so, you regain control of CJ, so you can move around in cutscenes. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of funny, actually. It's interesting. The camera actually points dynamically at CJ, so the bit where Ryder is talking to CJ at the end, he like looks up to CJ because I'm like on the counter and stuff. It's kind of funny. Yeah, there you go.
Better drop by and see Sweet. He's been yapping on about that graffiti, too. Later, homie.
And the phone call ringing in the cutscene there. But yeah, that's Ryder. That's everything I could think of to do and show you about the mission Ryder. I really hope I haven't missed anything. I don't think I did. I think I was pretty thorough. I got a good, like 32 minutes out of that. Yeah, sorry if any of the things I'm doing seem a bit, mundane and not interesting and stuff, but I really am trying to do everything I can do with a mission. Because once I've done it, it'd be pretty hard to, like, go back and do it again. Like, we're never going to do this mission ever again in this playthrough unless I've missed something super vital and have to, like, rewind and do episodes again. But I would very much like to avoid that situation. Now, however, it is time for something a bit more lighthearted and silly. On completion of the mission Ryder, you unlock barbershops and haircuts and stuff. So it is officially time for me to review every haircut in the game. So here we go. Quick fire reviews. So we got the classic, the original, the Caesar. Good old regular CJ look. It's pretty decent. We'll give it a 5 out of 10 as a baseline. There you go. Alright. I give myself a few seconds between them. Alright, next one. Caesar and Stash. So it's the original, the default, but with a mustache. Kind of makes it look kind of weird. I'll give it about 3 out of 10. Okay. Oh god, this is so horrible. The next one. Caesar and goatee. I prefer the goatee to the mustache. It looks a little bit better, and I don't think it improves on it though, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Kind of the same as a Caesar, my rating list. They're pretty decent. Alright, next one. Caesar and beard. I almost picked the wrong one. I think the beard is even more of an improvement on the goatee, and I think it actually makes the Caesar look a little bit better, so I'm going to say 6 out of 10. There you go. Okay, next one. The afro. The glorious afro. Look at it in all its afro dynamics goodness. Definitely like a solid 7 out of 10. And it's bulletproof and apparently not handproof, but I guess that makes sense because it's hair. Right, and here's the afro and mustache. It's the afro but made kind of worse because of the mustache. We'll give it a 6 out of 10. I guess a mustache is worth like a -1, I don't know. Here's the afro and goatee. It's pretty decent. It's okay. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The goatee doesn't make it better or worse. It just makes it different. Okay, here's my personal second favourite from Reese himself. This is the goatee and beard. This is what I normally use in speedruns. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's pretty solid. It looks pretty good. Okay, good. I haven't thought of any funny memes like proximity penalty yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something. Right, here's the flat top. The one everybody else loves. The Will Smith %. Pretty decent. Also an 8 out of 10. I think it's just as good as the afro, but it's nice to use in speedruns every now and then because it's different. Also makes everything more successful and, the other memes like that. Alright, now I'm getting to the weird ones. This is the Jerry curl. I don't know, it looks a bit weird. I'm not sure what I think about it. I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. It's kind of better than the original one, but still a bit weird. I didn't see the name of this one, but it's fine. It'll come up in a second. It's the cornrow. It looks kind of cool. I like it. It's a lot different to the regular hair. It actually has like detail to it and stuff. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's pretty good. Isn't that the one you get in 100% speedruns because you need it for the sex appeal or something? I don't know. Anyway, here's the high fade. The most ugly haircut that people who want to go fast in speedruns and try hard pick. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. Looks super weird. Alright. I arbitrarily decide to take the flat top here. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go get all the other haircuts anyway. So yeah, that's Reese reviewed. There you go. Yeah, I left myself approximately 5 seconds in between previewing the haircut and picking it, so I'm pretty glad I did that. It was just the right amount of time to review a haircut, I think. Okay, so that was Reese's haircut, saloon, barber thing. There's only 3 types of barbers in this game. There's Reese, there's... I knew I was going to forget what it's called, so that's why I wrote it down if I can see it. There's the Melissa Unisex and Men's Haircut Saloon or something. I can't quite remember what it's called. You'll see it soon enough. And there's also Miscellaneous, which is like every other barbershop. So there's like Reese's one is unique, the Macalissa one is unique, and every other barbershop's the same. So it's almost like they were trying to make barbershops unique for every single one. Maybe they were, maybe we know this as a fact, but it seems like they were trying to make all of them unique, but did 2 or 3 and then just gave up. Because it's like these 2 in Los Santos around Grove Street are unique, and then every other one in the whole game is the same, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, here's the Miscellaneous barbershop. It's pretty fancy. Look at that lovely checkered pattern floor. Wonder how many times it took for them to get the texture square on that polygon surface. Hey, video game development jokes. Woo! Alright, so every barber has Caesar at the top. I already viewed it. It's the standard. It's the palette cleanser. Pick it just so we can, you know, forget about the flap top and rate everything as it comes. Alright, here's the blonde hair. It's the Caesar, but blonde. Looks flippin' weird, but it's great, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's mildly better than the Caesar. I might just say that because it's different. I don't know, maybe I'll have to stare at it some more to get used to it or something. Anyway, here's a little even more weird. It's the pink hair. Look how vibrant that is. That is the most vibrant pink I've ever seen in this game. It's all like grungy and stuff. I think it's fabulous. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I'd pick it all the time if I could. Speaking of picking it all the time if I could, here's a blonde afro. Flipping fabulous as well. I'm also giving it an 8 out of 10. It's the afro but blonde. Maybe I should give it a 8.5 out of 10. I changed my mind. 8.5 out of 10. I'm falling behind. Alright, blonde cornrow. This one's the cool cornrow but also blonde. It looks not really blonde and more white. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It's kind of worse than the original cornrow. Okay, I'm catching up. Here's the high afro. I don't have words for what this is. That's a 1. That's a 1 out of 10. Alright, next. It's the wedge. That's what's an uneven shaped number? I don't know, fucking 2 out of 10, whatever. It's like weird as hell. Why? Okay, this is the detail cut. I don't know what the difference is between this and the high fade or whatever the other ugly one from last time. It gets like a 2 out of 10 or whatever. I forgot what I rated it already. Anyway, here's groove cut. It's Caesar but with a little thing in the front of it that makes it way more sex appealing and respecty for some reason. It's just a Caesar. It's a 5 out of 10. It's a Caesar, alright? Okay, a 5.1 out of 10. It's mildly better. Here's the mohawk. Glorious mohawk. Look at it. Fucking fantastic. It's a shame it's not spiky, but I guess I didn't have enough room for all the hair because car clipping and stuff. That's pretty fabulous. That gets a 7 out of 10. Alright. Next up, it's the blonde mohawk. Even more fabulous. That gets a 7.59 out of 10. Alright, fantastic. I just throwing out numbers. Alright, and finally, the most fabulous out of this whole lot. It's the pink mohawk. That's a solid 8 if I've seen an 8 in my life. Look at that. That's such an 8. Totally an 8. I'm giving it an 8. Pink mohawk is definitely an 8. Speaking of 8s, Here's the blonde afro. That's, what did I say, 8.1 or something? I don't remember, but it's pretty good. We're picking it. We're going to use this for a little bit. Okay, there we go. I reviewed, like, half the barbershops in the whole game. Woo! I did it! Oh, God, the commentary for this episode has been so hard. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm also using the plankless picador, because I thought I would for some reason. I don't remember why, but here's the can picador, I guess. Oh yeah, also, right, following on from last episode, in my garage over here are 2 perennials that I got from the previous mission, one with bars and one without. Which one will I save? Which one will I destroy? Oh, find out in probably a few seconds, or scrub forwards in the YouTube video to find out. It's the barless one! From what I could tell in the comments and my own personal favourite, I'm deleting the barless one. We can keep the one with bars. Hooray! We did it! Woo! Isn't that exciting? Now you get to pick your favourite picador. Remember from earlier, all that time ago, before you knew about On Mission Zero manipulation? Well, I'm reminding you, do you want plankless picador, or sorry, cans picador, or planks picador? There you go. Oh, right. Now I'm going to drive this perennial from this side of Los Santos to the other side of Los Santos and go to the final barbershop. And while I do it, I have a few final things from my notes to talk about. First off, I have a couple fan inputty things. So a while ago, May 6th, a guy called Rennie, with like a funky E, I don't know how to say it, but his name is Philly Pre on Twitter, sent me a wonderful, wonderful blog post about him doing extremely in-depth mathematics on the probability of me getting a royal flush in GTA SA. It's a super in-depth blog post by him. If you have any interest in probability or mathematics or royal flush, you should definitely check it out. Obviously, I'll leave a description in the link. Yeah, I'll roll with it. Hopefully, if I haven't done that, please nag me to do it. But yeah, go check that out if you care. It's super in depth, and I'm pretty happy with it. I've read it. It's like super cool and stuff. And then another shout out. I must say a big thanks to @Curtis_Yarber on Twitter, who, me and him went through an epic journey to get a 3 terabyte hard drive from his place in America to my place here. It took over a month. We had lots of import issues and delivery issues and stuff, but I finally received it, so thanks a lot, Curtis. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Anyway, there's the perennial abandonment there. I think I looked at the map a little bit there, just to see where I was going, but I won't edit it out. I'll leave it in, it's fine. Okay, there's a few more things I wanted to talk about, but never mind, I guess I'll do it another time. Here we are, the final barbershop, the only other unique barbershop in the whole game. Has a cool layout and stuff. It actually has plugs. Look how detailed those plugs are. Are there any more detailed plugs in this whole game? I don't think so. Also, this door here, I kind of forgot about this. I think I can maybe clip through this door. I feel like I've clipped through a door exactly like this before, but never mind. Anyway, let's do reviewing. So here we go. Here's the palette cleanser, the Caesar. Take it in all its average, normal plainness. Have you taken it in? Okay, here we go. So here's red hair. So it's Caesar but red. It's fine, I guess. It's a 5. It's kind of weird, but it's different, I guess. So 5. And here's blue hair. It's the Caesar but blue. But you didn't see that coming. It's also a 5. Blue's a bit better. It's like a 5.1. There you go. Right, and here we go. Can you guess what it is? Are you ready? It's green hair. It's the Caesar but green. Maybe it should get Caesar proximity penalty or something. I don't know. Whatever. It's a 5.1 as well. It's mildly better. And it's also Grove Street color. Whoa. Anyway, here's this. There's bold. Have you ever seen this? I didn't even know this was in the game. It's bold head. Looks incredible. I'm giving it like a 6. Right, and then it gets even better. Here we go. It's Bald and Stash. Oh boy, that's really creepy. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. That's super creepy. Guess what it is? It's Bald and Goatee. It's bold, but mildly better, so I'm giving it... What did I give the bold? I can't remember, but whatever I gave the bold, it's the same. And here's Bald and Beard. There it is. Kind of the same as the goatee, actually. I'm giving Bald and Beard and Bald and Goatee one higher than whatever I gave Bald. I already forgot. I know I literally said it, but I forgot. Work it out for yourself. Okay, here's Slope. It's so uneven, it's awful. Like, it's the same as the Wedge, but mildly better, I guess. It's also like a 1. It's so horrible. Okay, and here come celebrity references. I mean, please don't sue me, Rockstar. Here's Mohawk and Beard. That doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. All of this is fictional. Oh, the thing around the ears completely ruins it. I'm giving it a 2. I would not like to stare at the back of that head. It's kind of a funny reference and all, but yeah. And here's the final one, Elvis hair. Is Elvis... I mean, can you allowed to say that? I guess he's dead. It's fine, it's Elvis! Woo! Elvis hair's kind of weird. It's like a really weird colour, so I'm giving it a 4, I guess. Anyway, I went with the bald head just to be super creepy and weird. There you go. There, I reviewed every single haircut in the entire game. Hooray! Oh, this is one of the hardest episodes I've ever had to record commentary for. It's taken me like 4 hours to record the commentary for this. Jesus. Oh yeah, right, one more thing. Oh god. For some reason, when you look out the window here, you can see a fire extinguisher, and you can also see the reflection of the fire extinguisher in the other window. I don't know why. So yeah, I guess there's like an interior nearby to this interior that has a fire extinguisher in it. It's really weird. Anyway, while I mess around with trying to look at the fire extinguisher on the left, I have a few more things to explain. What were those things I had to explain? Oh yes, in case you missed it, I know there's a few people that probably only watch True 100% Plus videos and not anything else I put out on my YouTube. Grrr. But I made a new YouTube channel. I made the Joshimus VODs channel. So if you've ever wondered why I never upload anything to YouTube ever, head on over to that channel and stare upon glorious 2, not 1, 2 videos a day on that channel, because it's just my live stream, but on YouTube. So if you've ever wanted Joshimus content, go over there. There's probably more there than will ever be here. Because this is only for good edited stuff and finished runs and stuff, whereas VODs is just... anything goes. There's a lot of San Andreas. I know you like San Andreas. There's a lot of it over there. Right. And thus ends this episode. This, as I said, was the hardest episode I've ever done commentary for. Probably spent more time commentating this than... well, no, the planning took a while because I was trying to make it interesting and stuff. Maybe not. The commentary was hard. I'm going to whine about it now because I'm doing it now, but the other stuff was probably difficult as well. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. As always, sorry these don't come out as often as they should, but, you know, whatever. I've given up giving excuses and stuff. We're done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you whenever the hell the next one comes out. Bye.